Hello from Walden West. This is the start of our new series centering around our critter counts that we do every week. But before we start, Crow, would you like to explain to our students why we do our critter count and why it's so important that we do it every week?
All right. First of all, we've been doing the critter counts since 2017. So we are entering it's our 8th year of critter counting, which is pretty exciting. And it started through a single conversation that I had with Jellyfish, who still works here, and Raven, who has since retired. And Raven was mentioning that she thought we were seeing fewer and fewer newts every year. And so we all turned and looked at each other and said, well, wouldn't it be great if we actually had data that we could look at instead of just having a feeling about whether or not there were still the same number of newts. So pretty soon after that conversation, we started intentionally counting the animals that we saw, and we got everybody involved. We have an official critter count form that we carry around on a clipboard, and we count everything except for insects and spiders because we had to draw the line someplace. And it's important because that way we can start to track whether or not populations are declining or increasing, if new animals are moving into the area, if some animals disappear from the count. It tracks when migratory animals show up and when they disappear. And it gives us a really good picture of what animals are doing on Walden West property and in Sanborn Park. So basically anywhere where we hike, we're counting and we're paying attention. And it's provided us a lot of data, and it provides kids with an opportunity to do citizen science, which means instead of just being powerless and not understanding exactly what is involved in being a scientist, they're going out, they're helping gather data. They're often better at spotting things than the staff members are because they have, for the most part, better eyes, and they're closer to the ground, so they're more likely to see things on the ground like salamanders and slugs and things like that. And some of them have just boundless enthusiasm and are a lot of the critter counts are guided by what the kids are interested in. For example, I had a kid who went fishing with his dad a whole lot recently, who was very good at spotting fish in the reservoir. And so it is really exciting to see kids who are contributing something to the count based on their own experience. And I think that the data is something that we would like to continue growing and graphically displaying and all the rest of that. And yeah, I'm super excited about doing these critter counts and continuing them and using the data.
Thanks, Crow. And thank you, students, for all of your hard work. These are the numbers for January 2025.
All right, so for January 2025, of all the species we counted, the one we counted the most of was, drumroll please, the dark-eyed junco, which is, in my opinion, the most common vertebrate animal in the park. And our data bears that out. And a close second, as far as, let's see, with the amphibians, close second was the rough-skinned newt at 169. Also, honorable mention, Steller's Jay at 150, and the undifferentiated Pacific newts, which is a genus that includes California newts, rough-skinned newts, at 122. We didn't see a whole lot of reptiles this month because it's, January, and we did have a few warm days though, so we did see an entire 3 western fence lizards and 2 Santa Cruz aquatic garter snakes, which are unusual sightings for January. Fish, there was a total of 1 fish seen in January 2025, and it was a western mosquito fish, which is funny because they're usually in large schools. As far as mammals go, the most numerous mammal was the western gray squirrel at 19, and invertebrates, the banana slug at a mere 23, which seems like a low number to me. The most exciting animal for me personally this month was wood ducks in the reservoir. Wood ducks are a very shy species, and usually if there's kids around, you're not going to see a wood duck, but for the first time in the 20 years I've worked here, some kids actually got to see wood ducks on a hike. It's only about the 3rd or 4th time I've seen them in this park, but usually without kids. So And that's a wrap for the month. Come on back for 2025 February.
Thanks for being here.